All right, everybody, welcome to A-Hole Design, brought to you by our sponsor. I didn't think this far ahead. We're coming up with sponsors on the fly. We're going to go with my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CaptainSparkles, for that quality, mostly Minecraft gameplay. Link in the description. It's actually kind of been popping off lately, so if you feel like tuning in, dropping a follow, you should do it. All right, let's start off with number 19. Didn't see that sneaky 1 in front of the 09000. Was about to buy it. 40-plus countries, 5 connections, fastest speed. Is that kroner, I think? 1,000, not 90, it's 1,090 kroner per year, plus advanced features. You'd be looking at that, you're like, why did they put a 0 in front of the 90? You could have just said 90 kroner. Wait a minute. I don't know of a currency called KR1. Heard of KR. What's that? Oh, the 1's part of the price. Oh, you guys. I knew $8 a month there, 8 kroner a month internet was too good to be true. God dang. And then you notice that and you're like, I don't want to do business with a company that's willing to try to trick me into a price that's like a 10th or 10 times more than what I'm expecting it to be. Wondered why the new pens are running out so quickly. Turns out there's no ink, just the tip. We see these a lot. I don't know what it is about pen companies that this is so common to do, but it always seems so short-sighted. No one's gonna buy them again. Like, okay, fool me once, maybe this is a defective pen, then they try the next one in the package. You're like, okay, I wrote 2 sentences inside again. I'm gonna investigate this a little more thoroughly, and oh, it's just an empty handle, no ink. Cool, I'm never gonna buy it again. So you're just, I guess the pen companies can probably just rebrand so quickly. They're like generic, don't even have a brand name on them. So they can just keep, they can keep fooling people because you don't realize you're buying it from the same people over and over. Shouldn't be allowed. Grammarly says your writing has plagiarism, but once you make an account, it doesn't. If allegedly this is true, say allegedly because I don't want a large company to come after me for slander. If allegedly this is true, that's pretty shady. Is this something that schools and stuff use in order to track if there's plagiarism in papers? I guess it would be kind of suspect if the school doesn't have an account. They'd be looking at everybody's work and be like, it can't be everybody plagiarizing everything here. That doesn't make sense. And all the students are like, no, I definitely wrote this from scratch. Like, I don't think I was, in another dimension in a state of trance when I was writing. Like, I remember vividly. I didn't copy anyone else's work. I have no idea why it says that I did. That's kind of ridiculous. And you make an account. The unsubscribe option font on this promo email is white on a white background. Never seen that one before here. Seems to be a quite regular occurrence. At least you can kind of see that there. You don't have to highlight it. Some they just make it the exact same color and you have to actually highlight it in order to see. Which I've tried to, like on emails where I can't find the unsubscribe button, I try to highlight it. And sometimes I realize that I'm just dumb and I didn't see it. Most of the time that's that. But one of these days I want to find one myself where they try to do that. And I want to call them out for being dick faces. And then they're going to take 10 days to update my subscription. Just like in the last video, god dang it. Trying to remove McAfee Lifesaver, but the continue button isn't actually a button. Also possibly Hanlon's Razor, apparently. Yeah. Uninstall. Okay. Doesn't work. Is there another place where getting rid of McAfee was the hardest part of setting up my PC, says the top comment. I spat on my monitor a little bit, don't worry about it. Why is it that antivirus softwares are viruses themselves? Allegedly, antivirus softwares are viruses. John McAfee himself, I think, is actually pretty staunchly opposed to the software that bears his name. So, interesting tidbit. This a-hole math constantly being used by paper towel companies. 6 big rolls equals not 8, but 9 regular rolls. Because I was doing some math and I came to 8, but then it's a good thing they corrected me, because otherwise, I don't think I've ever seen a roll of toilet paper or paper towels in the last few years that's ever not had some math equation on the top about how this is a jumbo or a big or a double or a triple roll equaling like 5 regular rolls. I'm like, everyone says that their roll is a double roll. There's no such thing as a single roll anyway. It doesn't exist. How do you make math if the new normal is this baseline double? That is the baseline of a roll now. You can't just You can't just make up this product that doesn't exist and say, well, ours is twice the size of it. Why is this always the thing? I'm like, you guys, you gotta make it so I can find the single roll. You have to prove to me it exists before you tell me that yours is twice or 3 times as big. Child hates this misleading pool size. My first Insta set pool. That looks very small. That also doesn't look sturdy enough to hold like any water at all in it. It's just like it's an upside down, very small tent. Basically, you pour any water in there, it's just gonna like spill right out. I feel like you'd be better suited using a bucket. At least the bucket will hold the water in and won't spill all over the place, even if it's slightly smaller. Yeah. Bank of America is slowly draining my savings account because I don't have enough money in my account. Monthly maintenance fee, $8, $8, $8, $8. Wasn't this the whole, like, well, no, the Wells Fargo thing was that people were basically, they were creating dummy accounts in order to meet quotas or something like that. But I think a lot of those accounts, because they were dummy accounts and didn't hold a balance, then were like incurring fees from the account holders' actual main accounts that they wanted to have opened or something like that. I don't remember the whole story. Either way, yeah, it seems bizarre to me, the idea that you're giving an institution money which they then use as backup for them issuing mortgages, but then you're being charged a fee for not carrying a balance of a certain amount. Like, what? You guys pay me interest. I'm putting money in with you guys. Why are you charging? I'm giving you money. How are you gonna then siphon more of that? Yeah, it's a policy that I don't understand. Progressively making spam mail look more important so I don't discard it. Oh, Sirius XM. Oh, God. Oh, they are the bane of my existence. I don't think they're actually often like posted here on this subreddit, but oh, do I talk about them quite a bit. I've seen these exact ones. They send it in unmarked envelopes, because the only things that come in unmarked envelopes are like your replacement credit card, important do not discard, electronic service requested. You're like, is this a new credit card? And you open it and they're like, we have a great deal. I can't believe you let your service expire. If you come back to us in the next 14 days, we'll give you 50% off the next year. I'm like, I didn't do it the last 50 times. I'm not doing it this time. You guys are wasting trees. You're wasting money. There should be policies against what you do. It was so difficult to cancel when I wanted to cancel ages ago. Oh my God. They're the bane of my existence. Unskippable ad in a $60 game. No, it's my Beats. They have noise canceling technology. As a matter of fact, I can't even hear what you're saying. Diane, what did you say? What I find so bizarre these days is like the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has cracked down so hard on like YouTubers, just social media people in general, and product placement, which I understand. People should disclose when there's a sponsorship, but at the same time, you have major companies that are behind things like music videos, and they never disclose anything. They just have blatant paid product promotion inside of music videos and things like that. There's no disclosures, there's nothing at all. And those are such gigantic transactions in comparison to what you have with like individual YouTubers and TikTokers and whatever. And yet, why is it that the focus on product placement and disclosures is only on them? And there's such extreme new rules that were implemented like 6 months ago or something, where it's like, if you know the leadership team of a product, and even if you bought the product yourself, like if I knew Jeff Bezos personally and was close friends with him, everything I buy off Amazon, I would have to disclose if I wanted to be in compliance with the new requirements that like, I bought this myself, but also I know Jeff Bezos. It's like to that extent. And yet you have things like this, where it's just there and there's no disclosures and there's no focus on it. Oh, that's what annoys me. That's what annoys me. Seller adding 5 stars to their name to make it seem like they have a 5-star review when their actual rating is 62%. They did Gadgets Den How are you even allowed to submit a company name that has stars afterwards? That seems a little bit ridiculous, yeah? Like, wait a minute, how does 5-star but 62% positive? Something doesn't add up here. That doesn't look like 62%. It exactly looks like the stars. I feel like Amazon needs to put some illegal characters in their name of your company field because that seems quite abusive. It looks pretty legit. Urban Outfitters blatantly steals Aboriginal artist Jodie Naparula's design for Ollie Rugg. Looks pretty similar. Just, you know, they mirrored, or they added an extra line of this thing with a bit of dividing right there. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'm not defending Urban Outfitters, but if you have an individual artist or it was submitted by a third-party artist and they approved it, you should do due diligence. But if it's changed enough to where you can't do a reverse, like Google image search, it can actually be difficult to track that sort of thing. So the designer probably knew and copied it, but if it is original enough to where you can't actually like cross-reference images, then it could get by like quality control or something like that. Like if I were leading the design department and receiving designs that designers submit and I saw that, I'd be like, oh, that's a cool design. All right, let's put it forward. So I can see how that would happen. Ultimately, it's like an individual designer who's probably doing a no-no. But anyway, I'm just trying to, it's not okay. I can just see how it might get through. The $20 toilet paper my auntie bought and on the right on Amazon compared to a normal roll on the left. Wow, I'm startled. These are the single rolls that we've all been talking about. There they are. All right, well, what do you know? It turns out that these are the rolls that everybody is 4 times the size. We found them. I can't say I've ever seen those in the store, but there they are. That's the regular size roll that everyone's always talking about comparing their roll size to. I bet you on the front of the package of this one over here, it's like, hey, this is a triple roll. It's 3 times the toilet paper of a normal one. And that's the normal one. God, this is amazing. This is very educational. Literally, this only exists apparently in a pandemic. Otherwise, you don't see this, you don't find it, because why would anyone? Yep. All right, gotta love that price gouging. Fork you Pinterest. Your content fills up and pollutes the search engine results, yet people can't even view your user-submitted content without signing up for an account. Going to add you to my personal block list so you don't appear in my searches and waste my time anymore. Dang, dude. This is a serious venting post right here. Although whenever I see Pinterest results in Google Images, I'm like, God dang it. Can we get these out of here? You can't use them. They're like super low res, and they've got like borders of logos from Pinterest around them. And I'm like, why are you? It's just all Pinterest results in Google. God dang it! I need something not like this, please. At least, you know, this is why I have an iStock account. Gotta get them high resolution stock photos. Mostly for the music posts, but you know, I also use it for my thumbnails and stuff. I accidentally pressed on the arrow twice, and on the second click, the Buy Battle Pass button was there, making me buy the Battle Pass without confirmation. I hate it when I accidentally double click things, though. Wait, so what did you... Wait, what? How did you buy the bet? What did you even click? Wait, what? Where does it even say buy the battle pass? You're like, what? How did I buy that? I just went back. Please do this again. Did they just do a thing where like you double click the arrow and you buy it? Like that's, I need the slow-mo replay. How did that even happen? The fastest purchase I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, okay. In the top for the last month of A-hole design, I wish my professors graded like this. How would you Okay, so viewing this from a completely objective perspective, usually when you're asking a question for like a survey, you don't make all the answers the same thing. That's all. It's just, the principle of the survey generally is for you, the responder, to be able to give your opinion, which can range from bad to good or yes to no. And then it just, it doesn't really accomplish it's not really, like, for the person giving the survey, it's not really helpful if all the answers are the same, because you don't know how people are feeling about it. That's all I'm saying. It's a bad survey. That's all. All right. That's all. We're just bad. Give the people the ability to respond with the full range of options. That's all. All right. Anyway, that's it for the last month of A-Hole Design. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more of these. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I'll see you next time.